Hello, dear student in the third preparatory stage. Today, we will make a simple revision about our first term curriculum. We will try to solve some types of questions and please concentrate with me. Let's start our revision by give reason for. When a moving object moves with uniform speed, its acceleration equals 0. When the body moves with uniform speed, the acceleration of this body equals 0. Because there is no change in the object speed, also its speed is constant, so no change in the speed in uniform speed and acceleration become 0. The perpendicular incident light ray on the plane mirror reflects on itself. That's because the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection equals 0. When the light ray falls perpendicular to the mirror, it has no angle of incidence, so there is no angle of reflection, and both of them equal 0. The mass is a scalar physical quantity, while weight is vector physical quantity. Why the mass is scalar? Because the mass needs magnitude only to be defined as any scalar physical quantity, while weight needs magnitude and direction to be defined like many vector physical quantity. A convex mirror is put at the left side of the driver of the cars to form a bright and small and virtual image for the street behind the car and decrease the rate of accidents, so avoid many accidents. The lens has two foci, while the mirror has only one focus. Why the lens has two foci and two centers, while the mirror has one focus and one center? That's because the lens is a part of two spherical surfaces, while the mirror is a part of only one sphere. The convex lens is used to correct the long-sightedness, or the person who suffers from long-sightedness vision defect, he must wear a medical glasses with convex lens to converge the light rays coming from near objects and the image formed on retina. No image is formed when the object is placed on the focus of the lens, while there is no image while the object is placed at the focus of any lens. Because the two refracted rays pass parallel to each other without intersection, so no image is formed. The sexual reproduction is a source of genetic variation. That's because the produced individual gains new genetic traits from both parents. It means from different sources. As the zygote produced from the sexual reproduction combines the genetic trait from father and mother. The asexual reproduction produces offspring identical to the parent cell, or keeps the genetic traits among the species. That's because the produced cell gains its genetic traits from only one source during the mitotic division. Binary fission is considered as mitotic division. That's because it produces individual gains its genetic traits from one source, so become similar and identical to the mother or parent cell. The asexual reproduction in plants doesn't need gametes because it occurs in vegetative organs of the plant. What are the plant vegetative organs? They are the stem, the leaves, and the roots, which divide mitotically to give new cells identical to the parent cell with complete number of chromosomes to n. The number of chromosomes is constant in the same species which reproduce sexually. So every species has the same number of chromosomes and constant number. That's because in fertilization, the combination occurs between male gamete N and female gamete N to produce zygote, which is 2N, which contain complete number of chromosomes. Another type of question, what happens when? The length of eye radius is longer than the normal. The eye radius is longer in length than the normal size. The person suffers from short-sightedness, which see near objects clearly, but far objects seen distorted. Also, the image formed in front of the retina and can be treated by wearing medical glasses with concave lens. The incident light ray passes through the optical center of the lens. What happens when the incident light ray passes through the optical center of the lens? It will pass without any refraction. It will pass directly without being refracted. A light ray is incident by an angle 45 degrees on a plane mirror. So the angle of incidence equals the angle of reflection equal also 45. A plane mirror is placed at left side of car driver instead of convex mirror. It will form a bright and equal sized image for the street behind the car and increase the rate of accidents. An object moves by a regular speed in relation to the acceleration of its movement. If the body moves with regular or uniform speed in relation to its acceleration, the acceleration will be equal 0 due to there is no change in the body speed during constant regular or uniform speed. The initial speed of a moving body is greater than the final speed. What would happen if the initial speed of any moving body is greater than the final speed? The body moves with negative acceleration or deceleration, and the value of acceleration will be with negative value. Occurrence of crossing over phenomena at the end of prophase 1 or parts of the inner chromatids are exchanged in the end of prophase 1. That leads to the variation of genetic traits among individuals of the same species. That cause variation of genetic traits among individuals of the same species. What would happen if the nucleus of the cell is removed? There is no cell division occurs because we know that the nucleus is the main part which is responsible for the cell division because it contains the chromosomes. What would happen if putting yeast fungus in a warm sugary solution? A bud emerges from the parental cell which form a new individual full copy of the original cell mitotically. The starfish loses one of its arms. The animal will compensate the lost arm mitotically, and the lost arm will form a new individual if it contains a part of the central disc mitotically by regeneration. What would happen if fusion between sperm and ovum, producing zygote which contain genetic traits combined from both parents or from different sources? What would happen if meiosis division occur in human, producing gametes which contain half the number of chromosomes which help in transferring the genetic traits from the parents to their offspring or from one generation to another? Another type of question which is compare between. We will compare between scalar physical quantity and vector physical quantity. What's meant by scalar physical quantity? Is a physical quantity that need magnitude only to be defined, while the vector physical quantity is a physical quantity that need magnitude and direction to be defined. Must mention the magnitude and the direction of vector physical quantity. Example of scalar physical quantity: the mass, the length, area, distance. While the examples of vector physical quantity is the weight, displacement, acceleration. Compare between the real image and the virtual image. The real image formed due to the intersection of the reflected or refracted light rays, while the virtual image formed due to the intersection of the extensions of the reflected or refracted light rays. The real image can be received on a screen. The virtual image cannot be received on the screen. The real image always inverted. The virtual image always upright or erect. Compare between mitosis and meiosis. Location of mitosis in somatic cell. Location of meiosis in the reproductive cell. What is the aim of mitosis in somatic cell? For growth and compensation of the damaged cells. The mitosis occurs in the somatic cell for the body growth and compensation of the damaged cells in the body. But the aim of meiosis is formation of gametes, transfer the genetic traits from one generation to another. So meiosis takes place in reproductive cell for formation of gametes and also transferring the genetic traits from one generation to another. The number of resulted cells. In mitosis, 2 cells identical to the parental cell equal to n. In meiosis, 4 cells each contain half number of chromosomes in the parental cell equal n. Compare between the theories of solar system evolution. We have 3 theories. Theory number 1 is the nebular theory, crossing star theory, and the last one is the modern theory. The founder of the nebular theory is Pierre-Simon Laplace, while the founder of crossing star theory is Chamberlain and Moulton. The founder of the modern theory is Alfred Hale. The solar system origin. Nebular theory said that the origin of the solar system is a glowing gaseous sphere rotates around itself called nebula, while the crossing star theory said that the origin of the solar system is the sun, and the modern theory said that the origin of the solar system is a star rather than the sun. Another type of question, which is write short notes on galaxies. Galaxies is tremendous collection of stars. Each one has a distinctive shape according to the harmony and order of stars. The galaxies gathered in galaxies clusters, which rotate together around the center of universe. So when the galaxies collected together, they form galaxies clusters. Write short notes about Big Bang. Big Bang is a massive explosion happened since 15,000 million years ago. Resulted in it all forms of matter, energy, time, and space. Also, it is expansion of the universe merged from atomic particles forming hydrogen and helium gases. Another type of questions which are write the scientific term of the straight line that passes by the pole of the mirror and its center of curvature. Yes, it is the principal axis. A vision defect results due to formation of the image in front of retina of the eye. The image is formed in front of the retina. You know? Yes, it is a short-sightedness. A mirror whose reflecting surface is the outer surface of the hollow sphere. What is it? Yes, it is a convex mirror. A mirror used to form a bright and magnified image for any object. It is a concave mirror. A type of cell division produces sperm and ova. What is this type of cell division? Meiotic cell division. A process that the parts of inner chromatids are exchanged in the end of prophase 1. Yes, it is crossing over phenomenon. Fibers extends between the two poles of the cell, the spindle fibers. It contains the genetic material from each parent. When it grows, it gives a new offspring whose traits combine each parent's trait. What is it? It is the zygote. Try to solve some problems. Problem number 1. Mention the properties of the image formed when the body placed at a distance smaller than that of the focal length of a concave mirror. So the object placed at a distance smaller than the focal length, it means it will stand at a distance smaller than the focus. This is the concave mirror, and this is the principal axis. Locates in it the focus and the center of curvature. The object placed at a distance less than the focal length. The object sends a parallel light ray parallel to the principal axis. It reflects passing through the focus. Another ray which passing through the center of curvature. The two reflected rays are not intersected, so we will take the extensions of them. The extensions intersect to form virtual, upright, magnified image. The image located behind the mirror. Another problem, show by a labeled diagram the formed image of an object put at a distance greater than the radius of curvature of a concave mirror. Also, mention its properties. This is the concave mirror, and this is the principal axis, focus and center of curvature. This is the pole of the mirror. The object located at a distance larger than the radius or larger than double the focal length. The object will send a parallel light ray to the principal axis. This light ray will reflect passing through the focus, and another light ray which passes through the focus reflected parallel to the principal axis. So the image formed between the center of curvature and the focus, which is real, inverted, and smaller in size. Another problem, two cells, one of them is somatic cell and the other is reproductive one, are divided. So we have two types of cell. The first cell is somatic cell and the other one is reproductive. Mention the kind of division in each cell. The somatic cell will divide by mitotic cell division, while the reproductive cell will divide meiotically. The number of produced cells in each one. The somatic cell will produce 2 cells by mitotic cell division, while the reproductive cell produce 4 division by meiotic cell division. The number of chromosomes in each resulted cell of them. The produced cells of the somatic cell by mitotic cell division contain complete number of chromosomes 2n, while the produced cells of reproductive cell division by meiotic division contain half number of chromosomes n, and it is called gametes. If the number of chromosomes in human pancreatic cell is 23 pairs, what is the number of chromosomes in skin cell? It has 23 pairs because it is somatic cell 2n. The sperm will have 23 chromosomes because it is n. The fertilized ovum or the zygote has 23 pairs because it has complete number of chromosomes as the somatic cell has. What are the main causes of cataract? What are the causes of cataract? The old age, genetic redness, side effect of drugs, and illness. Long-sightedness. What are the causes of long-sightedness? The diameter of the eyeball is too short. The eye lens is less convex, increasing the focal length. What are the causes of short-sightedness? The diameter of the eyeball is too long. The eye lens more convex, decreasing the focal length of the eye. What are the results of occurrence of crossing over phenomena at the end of prophase 1, or parts of the inner chromatids are exchanged in the end of prophase 1? What are the results of this? When the crossing over phenomena occur, what are the results of its occurrence? It will cause variation of genetic traits among the individual of the same species. The crossing over phenomena is a source of genetic variation among the individuals of the same species. What are the results of removing of the nucleus of the cell? If the nucleus of any cell is removed, what are the results of this? There is no cell division occurs. What are the results of putting yeast fungus in a warm sugary solution? A bud emerges from the parental cell which form a new individual which is full copy of the original cell by mitotic division. You know that when you put the yeast fungus in a warm sugary solution, it will reproduce by budding, and a bud arises as a lateral bulb in the body of the parent cell. Then by mitotic division of the nucleus, it will divide. Part of the nucleus is migrated to the bud and the other part remains or still in the parent cell body. So after that, the cell can be separated from the parental cell or connected to the parental cell, forming colony. This is occur by mitotic division, and it is a type of asexual reproduction known as budding. What are the results of somatic cells divide mitotically in the human body? What are the results of division of somatic cell mitotically in the human body? The mitotic division is necessary for the growth of the body and also compensation of the damaged cells. So when the somatic cells undergo mitotic division, it is necessary for the growth of the human body and compensation of any damaged cells in the body. What are the results of crossing over phenomena doesn't occur? What will happen, or what are the results when the crossing over phenomena doesn't occur? No variation of genetic traits among the individual of the same species. There is no variation in the genetic traits of the individual. What are the results of spores of bread mold fungus fell on a moist piece of bread? When the spores of bread mold fungus fall on a moist piece of bread, they will grow to form a new individual which is identical to the original cell. This way of asexual reproduction is known as sporogamy or spore propagation, that the spore will fall on a moist piece of bread, then it grow by mitotic division to produce new individual which is identical to the parent cell, contains the same number of chromosomes. At the end of this session, please work hard, try to solve many questions. See you later and goodbye.